Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. If you keep blowing it up, I'll be truly invincible. Chapter 21. This is Return to Origin's mysterious low rank martial skill Broken Star Slash. Su Chen closed his eyes slightly, and his heart moved as he carefully felt the mysterious cultivation insights that flooded into his mind out of thin air. Isn't this Broken Star cut the mysterious low grade martial skill that Lu Zhen just came out of insight from the mysterious steel? Now he learned it directly, and returned to Origin directly. This period of practice is extremely insightful, as if he practiced it himself, from initiation to great completion, and then to return to Origin. At this moment, Su Chen can display a nearly perfect star-breaking slash. Although Lu Zhen comprehended this martial skill from the mysterious stone tablet, he still needs to slowly explore and practice. If his comprehension is high, he may only be able to refine the Broken Star to great completion in a year. If he is so lucky, he may not be able to reach great completion in 3 to 5 years. I see, with Return to Origin's Broken Star Slash, I am now fully capable of instantly killing Lu Zhen. Su Chen suddenly realized, and said secretly in his heart. It's not defeating it, nor is it a narrow victory, but an instant kill. Kill him instantly with Lu Zhen's absolute power without any resistance. You know, Lu Zhen is the pride of heaven, the absolute pride of heaven. He just succeeded in breaking through the Qi realm, but Su Chen only needs to cast Return to Origin's Broken Star Slash to instantly kill it. From this we can see how terrifying the power of Broken Star Slash is. The perception in his mind made Su Chen very clear about the power of Broken Star Slash. Once it is cast, Lu Zhen, who just broke through the Qi realm, has no ability to resist at all, and he can instantly kill it. However, this trick also has disadvantages for Su Chen. After all, he is just a cultivator of Qi gathering 9th stage, while Broken Star Slash is a real mysterious rank martial skill, which only Qi realm can barely use. Even though he has stepped into a forbidden realm, if he uses this move forcefully, most of the spirit power in his body will be pulled out in an instant. Once Star Broken Slash is performed, there will be very little spirit power left in his body, and he is not suitable for continuing to fight. It will take a certain amount of time to recover the spirit power in his body. Generally speaking, a cultivator in the Qi gathering realm can only practice middle and lower yellow rank martial skills. Only the powerful cultivator of the talent will choose to practice the martial skill of the top rank yellow rank. Only in the Qi realm will everyone begin to cultivate the mysterious rank martial skill, but it does not mean that cultivators in the Qi gathering realm cannot practice the mysterious rank martial skill. For one thing, mysterious rank martial skill is an extremely precious existence in sect, and outer sect disciples have no chance to get in touch with it at all. Secondly, the difficulty of cultivating mysterious rank martial skill is very high, it will waste a lot of time, and instead delay the practice, the gain outweighs the gain. Even if the talents are exceptionally gifted, they have cultivated into the mysterious rank martial skill in the Qi gathering environment, but the spirit power in their bodies cannot support them to display the mysterious rank martial skill at all. Therefore, very few cultivators will practice martial skills that do not match their own cultivation base. Unless it is the kind of genius with extremely high talent. The current Su Chen still has a little bit of power left when he casts the Broken Star Slash. It is entirely because he has stepped into the Forbidden Realm and has a unique advantage. If it were Lu Yang, he might not be able to perform it at all. Even if it is used forcibly, it will not be able to exert its due power, but will completely lose its fighting power and be slaughtered. The completion of the checkpoint, the comprehensive evaluation is excellent. Lu Zhen was promoted to inner disciple. Monitoring Elder's voice resounded throughout the room. Hearing this, Lu Zhen walked out of the formation with a confident smile on his face all the time. Many outer sect disciples cheered and praised him after hearing this. Lu Zhen gestured lightly towards several familiar fellow disciples. For those words of praise for own, he was very comfortable in his ears. However, he soon heard some discordant voices, as if someone was not surprised by his achievements. Lu Zhen frowned slightly, and looked along the source of the voice. I saw Cao Yun and He Jing leading a large group of juniors and juniors arguing with his supporters. For the first time, the smile on Lu Zhen's face faded a little. With his hearing ability, he could naturally hear them arguing about junior sister. Cao Yun, He Jing and others actually think that Su Chen will be better than themselves. Also said that with Su Chen's current strength, he can instantly kill himself. What an outrageous joke this is. It's outrageous to open the door for his mother, it's outrageous to get home. A cultivator from the Qi Gathering Realm 9th stage kills him, a cultivator from the Qi Si realm. Who can believe this? He has also heard that some geniuses can cross the border in the 9th stage of the Qi Gathering and fight against the Qi Si realm cultivator. But it has never been heard that a cultivator of Qi Gathering Realm 9th stage can instantly kill a cultivator of Qi Si realm. Throughout the entire history of Eastern Wasteland, no one has been able to do this. Even Tianzhao, who stepped into the Forbidden Realm in the Qi Gathering Realm, could not do it. What's more, he was originally a genius, and after breaking through the Qi Si realm, he was much stronger than those breakthrough Qi Si realm cultivators. What's the point of showing off your tongue? When the brother Su Chen you're talking about starts the trial, you will naturally understand the gap between him and me. Lu Zhen said secretly in his heart. Seeing a large group of juniors and juniors defending Su Chen, he felt extremely upset. So many loyal supporters should belong to him alone. He enjoys the feeling of being surrounded by stars. As the current number one person in the outer sect, these loyal maintenance and sincere praises should only belong to him. These outer sect disciples are really. Wang Elder watched the heated debate scene and couldn't help shaking his head slightly. Originally, he didn't care about the quarrel among the outer sect disciples. But when he remembered that they boasted that Su Chen had stepped into a forbidden area, he couldn't help but continue to observe secretly. Unexpectedly, the more bragging these outer sect disciples became, the more outrageous they became. He even said the impossible thing about Su Chen killing Lu Zhen instantly. Before Lu Zhen had the breakthrough Qi Si realm, it was impossible for Su Chen to instantly kill him. Not to mention that Lu Town is now a Qi Si realm cultivator. Moreover, Lu Zhen is the most valued disciple of Wang Elder, and this outer sect trial also fully demonstrated his talent and strength. Even Lu Yang is far behind Lu Zhen. These outer sect disciples looked down on him so much, which made Wang Elder a little dissatisfied. Is Su Chen's charm really that great? Let you maintain him like this just to save face. Wang Elder couldn't help sighing as he watched the increasingly intense quarrel scene. For the first time, he was disappointed with these outer sect disciples who boasted about their hips for the sake of face. Xie Elder was also speechless, the corners of his mouth twitching slightly. There are still traces of what these outer sect disciples said before. But now it's getting more and more outrageous, it's not realistic at all. He knew that Su Chen had stepped into a taboo situation, but if he wanted to kill Lu Zhen instantly, it would be absolutely impossible. After all, Lu Zhen's talent was there, and successfully broke through the Qi Si realm. No matter how heaven-defying Su Chen is, it is impossible to kill Lu Zhen instantly. Have you seen Lu Zhen's strength and talent? However, it's useless even if you want to regret it now. Wang Elder stopped paying attention to the quarrels among the outer sect disciples, and slowly withdrew his gaze, looked at Xie Elder, and said with a smile. Well, Lu Zhen's talent is very good, and if nothing else happens, it can also be ranked among the top 3 among all the disciples who participated in the outer sect trial this year. Li Elder praised Lu Zhen's talent and strength without hesitation. Yes, you have invested in a good seedling. Xie Elder also nodded and said. That. Actually, I don't think you need to pretend to be calm. Wang Elder stared at Li Elder's eyes for a long time, then turned his head to stare at Xie Elder's eyes, trying to see through their pretended calm. However, to his disappointment, the expressions of the two remained unchanged. Isn't it? Lu Zhen has achieved such dazzling results, do you think Mu Qingxie and Su Chen can surpass him? I said that we are all old acquaintances. If you lose, you lose. There is no need to feel unwilling. Besides, this is not something to be ashamed of. If you feel uncomfortable in your heart, you can express it. You don't have to pretend that you don't care about anything. The bet is a god altar. You really don't feel bad at all. Thank you. You don't really believe the bragging of those outer sect disciples, do you? Su Chen killed Lu Zhen in seconds. Hehe, they don't know the difference between Qi Si realm and Qi Gathering realm, don't you know too? Wang Elder chatted endlessly, observing the expressions of Xie Elder and Li Elder back and forth, and found that the two were really not panicked at all. The two of them didn't panic, but he was a little panicked. The calm appearance of the two of them made him feel that there were countless ants crawling all over his body. Cough, cough, cough. At this moment, a monitoring elder next to him coughed twice, interrupting Wang Elder, who was about to continue speaking. Next, Mu Qingshe, accompanied by the monitoring elder's voice, sounded. The tall Mu Qingshe walked up to the formation of the first level with a clean temperament. Finally, it's senior sister Mu Qingshui's turn. Senior sister Mu Qingshe is really beautiful. It would be great if you could teach me how to practice. Are you dreaming? There are not many people who can make senior sister Qingshe talk, and you are still here delusional to ask her to teach you how to practice. It's broad daylight, why did you start dreaming? Quote. With Mu Qingshui's appearance, the atmosphere in the arena instantly heated up. After all, this is the goddess who cannot be profaned in the hearts of many outer sect disciples. After silently reciting the 3000 Qing Palace Ju in her heart, to shield herself from the noise and hustle and bustle of the outside world, Mu Qingshe slowly came to the side of the crystal ball. Qingshe, your physique has not been fully awakened, and there is always a slight distance from the Forbidden Realm, and you have never broken through. But generally speaking, it's not a big problem. It's fine if the realm can be cultivated to the taboo state. Although the former Nalu town was very good, in my eyes, it is not yet a real genius. This time, you don't need to keep your strength, and you can completely explode. Let these people see what a real genius is. An old female voice sounded from Mu Qingshui's mind. Yes, master. Mu Qingshe nodded slightly, and replied in her mind. The next moment, she stretched out her slender hand, and gently put it on the crystal ball. The crystal ball burst out with the light of these words in an instant, as if a small sun had fallen on the stone pillar. The originally noisy crowd fell silent instantly, and everyone looked at Mu Qingshe in the field. What's the situation? How could it be so dazzling? What happened? Such a strong light, even senior brothers Liu Yang and Liu Zhen combined can't match it. Quote. After a brief silence, a series of shocked voices resounded. Even Wang Elder, Xie Elder and others were startled at this moment, their pupils constricted. This is the legendary Forbidden Realm. No, the real Forbidden Realm is dazzling and also has a golden light, but this is also infinitely close to the Forbidden Realm. There was a hint of shock in Elder's voice. It has been a long time since they encountered 9th stage, a chi-gathering environment with such strong cultivation base. Even if it is not a real taboo, it is infinitely close to and exists in a taboo. Such a dazzling light is not a taboo. The many outer sect disciples in the field were also incredible. This is not a Forbidden Realm, so how terrifying is the real Forbidden Realm? The light released by the crystal ball has far surpassed Liu Yang and Liu Zhen. This gap is so obvious that anyone can see it. At this moment, Liu Yang and Liu Zhen also stood there with disbelief on their faces. They never expected that Mu Qingshui's cultivation base would be so strong, infinitely close to the realm of taboo. She actually hid it so deeply. The confident smile on Liu Zhen's face disappeared completely at some point, replaced by a face full of disbelief. When did she become so powerful? Has she been hiding her strength? Wang Elder suddenly turned his head and stared at Li Elder firmly. It's over. It's all over. Wang Elder's heart sank suddenly. In the level of cultivation base alone, Mu Qingshe far surpassed Liu Zhen. She has indeed been hiding her strength, and I accidentally discovered it not long ago. Li Elder spread his hands helplessly and said, Wang Elder. Wang Elder opened his mouth to speak but stopped. He subconsciously glanced at Xie Elder, and found that although Xie Elder was also very surprised, he was still calm. For a moment, Wang Elder was in a mess in the wind. What is the situation? Mu Qingshui's cultivation base is stronger than that of Liu Zhen, so why is Xie Elder so calm? Has Su Chen really stepped into a taboo? In the chi-gathering territory, if cultivation base wanted to surpass Mu Qingshe, there was only the legendary Forbidden Realm. These outer sect disciples who have little knowledge, poor eyesight, ignorance of the heights of the sky and the depths of the earth, and do not understand what the Forbidden Realm means, are they not just talking about it before? But they can even boast that Su Chen killed Liu Zhen in a flash. Wang Elder was very disappointed with them and didn't believe it at all. By the way, he also seriously doubted the authenticity of Su Chen stepping into the Forbidden Realm. You must know that Tianzhao, who has stepped into the Forbidden Realm in the Qi-gathering realm, has not appeared in Tai Xuanzong for many years. This time, he gambled on 4 divine platform pills. Wouldn't it be really unlucky to encounter a Forbidden Realm? But he wanted to scratch his head, but he couldn't figure out what kind of capital Su Chen had to step into the Forbidden Realm. The first pass. The monitor elder on the stage was stunned for a moment before announcing the result. In terms of the strength of the cultivation base in the first stage alone, Mu Qingshe can definitely rank first among all the disciples who participated in the outer sect trial in 100 years. It's a pity that the physique has not been fully awakened, otherwise it would not be difficult to step into the Forbidden Realm. The voice in Mu Qingshui's mind said with some regret. With her help, Mu Qingshe has already been tempered in the Qi-gathering 9th stage, and is only one step away from the real taboo. But because Mu Qingshui's physique could not be fully awakened in a short period of time, she still couldn't cross that hurdle. Master, to achieve this achievement, Qingshe is already very content. Mu Qingshe seemed to sense the regret in Master's tone, and quickly responded in her mind. Ha ha ha, as a girl of heaven, don't limit your vision to this achievement. When your physique is fully awakened, it will be the time to truly shock the world, and the flaws left in the Qi-gathering environment will have a chance to make up for it in the future. At that time, not to mention the small eastern wasteland, even the center of this world, Zhongzhou will shine because of you. The old voice in Mu Qingshui's mind chuckled, his tone full of pride. The excitement and hustle and bustle of many outer sect disciples continued, and Mu Qingshe walked out of the second formation slowly and unhurriedly. The 30 puppets defeated by Lu Zhen also recovered at this moment. The moment Mu Qingshe stepped into the formation, they turned into afterimages and joined forces to attack. The positions of the 30 puppets are very special, their strengths are combined with each other, and their attack power is terrifying. Mu Qingshe held a water-blue longsword, her heart was as calm as water, and she stood quietly in place. The light blue eyes slowly scanned the attacks from all directions of the many puppets. The next moment, her figure suddenly became erratic. Like leaves falling in the wind, their trajectory is erratic. It is also like a rabbit lifting a falcon, with a light and agile figure. Phantom moonlight of the top grade of the yellow rank. It's the phantom moon of the top grade of the yellow rank again, and it's still a great completion. A disciple immediately recognized Mu Qingshui's movement skills and exclaimed. This is an inner disciple who ran from the inner sect to see the excitement. As soon as his words came out, there was an uproar among a large group of outer sect disciples around him. It seems that her body skills have already reached great completion, and there is a possibility of breakthrough return to origin at any time. Xie Elder looked at Mu Qingshe in the field and commented. At this moment, the combat power displayed by Mu Qingshe is almost the same as that of a monster who has stepped into the Forbidden Realm. Call out, call out, call out. The water-blue long sword engulfed spirit power and drew countless streaks of light in the air. Mu Qingshe started to use martial skill. Cold Moon Sword Technique. Shuangguang Sword Technique. Frost Sword Technique. Chenghong Sword Technique. ... Every time Mu Qingshe uses a different martial skill. Every time the sword falls, several puppets will fall to the ground in response, causing bursts of exclamation. What a high level of proficiency this is. Hiss. Her 4 martial skills have all been returned to origin. Unleash all the power that martial skill should have. It's scary. Where did she get so much energy? Not only is the cultivation base terrifying, but even the martial skill is so skilled. Talent. Her talent is really scary. Otherwise, it would be impossible to practice all these martial skills to return to origin. Quote. There were exclamations one after another, and even the hearts of the elders outside the court couldn't help being shocked. All the martial skills that Mu Qingshe used were middle-grade Huang rank martial skills, and without exception, all of them had been practiced to return to origin. Cultivator practice a martial skill, according to different proficiency, generally divided into initiation, small success, great completion, return to origin. Most of the 9th stage cultivators in the Qi-gathering realm have difficulty cultivating a mid-level yellow rank martial skill to return to origin. Lu Yang, who is called a genius by many outer sect disciples, has only practiced the mid-grade Huang rank sky-shattering sword to great completion. Lu Zhen, who is more powerful than Lu Yang, has not practiced a single martial skill to return to origin, which is a great completion. But whether it is Lu Yang or Lu Zhen, they are far behind Mu Qingxue. The puppets fell to the ground one by one. In just 2.5 minutes, all 30 puppets lost their fighting power. The time taken was not even half that of Lu Town. Mu Qingxue put away her sword and stood on the spot. Her breath was steady and her expression was normal. How many martial skills has she practiced to return to origin? An outer sect disciple looked at Mu Qingxue standing neatly among the puppets, swallowed with difficulty, and asked. 6 doors. Not far away, the disciple who ran out from the inner sect to watch the excitement said with a serious face. 6 mid-level yellow rank martial skills. There is also a great completion martial skill of top rank yellow rank. And these are still displayed by her. Who knows if she has any reservations? The outer sect disciple added. Although he is a disciple of the outer sect, he is far inferior to Mu Qingxue in terms of enchantment. Such a genius, after entering the inner sect, is likely to be valued by the elder as a personal disciple. Senior sister Mu Qingxue is so sassy. It's so strong. This performance can instantly kill senior brother Lu Yang and senior brother Lu Zhen. After arguing for so long, I think the first person in the outer sect should be senior sister Mu Qingxue. That's right, senior sister Mu Qingxue is the well-deserved number 1 outer sect. What Lu Zhen and Su Chen have to stand aside. I would like to honor senior sister Mu Qingxue as the number 1 person in the outer sect. With such strength, you are the real number 1 person in the outer sect. Shouts of genuine excitement resounded among the outer sect disciples. Is this her strength? Wang Elder's complexion turned black, and he looked at Li Elder with some unkind eyes. Cough cough cough. She kept it from me for a long time, and I just found out not long ago. Quote. Li Elder said helplessly. In fact, my heart has already blossomed with joy. As for Mu Qingxue's talent, she also misread it at first. He knew that Mu Qingxue was a genius, but he didn't know that she was so enchanting. She also accidentally discovered Mu Qingxue's true strength. 6 door returned to Origin's middle grade yellow grade martial skill. Wang Elder gritted his teeth and said word by word. Although it was very painful, he knew that he had completely lost. Mu Qingxue was able to cultivate the martial skill of the middle grade of the 6 yellow ranks to return to origin. Her talent is unquestionable and unquestionable. The energy of a cultivator is limited, and it is impossible to refine so many martial skills to return to origin with hard work alone. Only a powerful talent can do it. Well, no matter what, outer sect has finally produced another evildoer. Wang Elder sighed helplessly, and said slowly. Why didn't he discover Mu Qingxue's talent first? Whether it is cultivation base or strength, Mu Qingxue is above Lu Zhen. Naturally, there will be no suspense in the next talent level. The noise from outside did not affect Mu Qingxue. Her heart is completely calm, and she has always kept in mind her master's admonition that before there is no initiation in the 3000 Palace Ju, she must not have any mood swings. Previously, Su Chen's sudden appearance caused a slight ripple in her heart. Next she will not make the same mistake again. With a light movement of lotus steps, Mu Qingxue stepped into the formation of the 3rd level and came to the mysterious stone tablet. I didn't expect a fragment of Wangji monument to appear in this place. Mu Qingxue stood in front of the mysterious stone tablet. Her master's voice sounded in her mind again. Only this time, the voice was full of emotion, as if caught in some kind of distant memory. For Mu Qingxue, she can break through the Qi realm without Wahayden at all. The reason why she came to participate in this outer sect trial was also the request of the mysterious master in her mind, in order to comprehend some kind of martial skill in this mysterious stone tablet. She heard master mention this mysterious stone tablet more than once. This mysterious stele is not the original Taizan sect, but a sect brought back from the outside world a long time ago. Its real name is Wangji Monument, and the original monument is as high as hundreds of feet. The piece in front of me is just a small fragment from the monument of the emperor. The Wangji stele records a large number of cultivation techniques and martial skills in the world, and this piece of Tai Xuanzong contains only a small part of them. The emperor's monument can resonate with luck. The higher the luck, the more likely it is to be recognized by the emperor's monument, and thus obtain all the cultivation technique and martial skill inside. It's a pity that most of your luck is combined with your physique that hasn't been fully awakened, and I can't awaken it in my current state. I don't require you to obtain all the cultivation technique and martial skill in this monument of the Emperor. That is impossible, and of course it is very unrealistic. Of course, if your physique is fully awakened, there is a chance, but looking at the entire Eastern Wasteland, there is no chi-gathering environment cultivator that can do this. But you must get the God Walk and 10,000 miles tracking technique inside. These two martial skills are extremely powerful escape martial skills. When you are weak, this martial skill is especially important. In addition, you have to make every effort to obtain the martial skill of the ground level inside. Although you can't learn it now, it will definitely come in handy in the future. As a teacher, I can feel that there are 2 to 3 kinds of ground level skills in this broken tablet. Martial skill. Master Mu Qingshui's voice sounded in his mind. This time, she told a lot in one breath. If you can't this time, then wait until you break through to the Qi-Si realm and try again, as the teacher will help you extend the mysterious state during the breakthrough. The voice in my head added. Yes, Master. When Mu Qingshui heard this, her expression suddenly became serious, and she responded in her mind. With a calm expression, she stretched out her slender hand and placed it on the broken steel. The next moment, the dim light descends. Under the gaze and breathless expectation of the audience, several dazzling characters slowly emerged from the surface of the monument. Super quality. The audience fell into an eerie silence at first. Immediately afterwards, a violent uproar broke out. Super grade middle of the road. It's actually a super grade talent. Super grade. Senior sister Mu Qingshui is actually a super grade talent. I have been in the sect for 5 years, and I have never seen the existence of a super talent. I didn't expect to see it today. An incredible sound sounded. Those who were already admiring Mu Qingshui were even more excited and wildly cheered. Those who didn't know it thought they had tested the super talent. Lu Yong and Lu Zhen outside the field were completely silent, like 2 wooden stakes stuck in place, their faces full of disbelief. It's actually a super talent. Xie Elder and the others were also shocked. This talent has surpassed most of the elders of the Taizan sect. At least Xie Elder and others present are not as talented as Mu Qingshui. Super talent, even looking at the Great Chu dynasty. No, looking at the entire Eastern Wasteland, there are very few such existences. If I had to describe it, it would be. Mu Qingshui has the posture of Tai Xuanzong's sect leader. As one of the top sects of the Eastern Wasteland Great Chu dynasty, sect leader is also a giant in the outside world. Super grade talent is so surprised. If your physique is completely awakened, activate all talents and they see it, how shocked will they be? While Mu Qingshui was silently reciting the 3000 Qing Palace Ju, her master's voice full of interest sounded in her mind. Mu Qingshui slowly retracted her slender hands, closed her light blue eyes, and sat in the lotus position in front of the steel. Seeing Mu Qingshui like this, everyone knew that she was about to start the insight cultivation technique, so they subconsciously quieted down, as if the noisy noise had affected her. Soon, more hazy lights descended, directly covering Mu Qingshui completely. And on the stone tablet, new characters slowly emerged. Mysterious rank top grade, 10,000 miles tracking technique. Mysterious rank top grade, broken cloud wave. Middle grade mysterious rank, Duoling Tuo Hai Gong. Mysterious rank middle grade, ghost sword technique. Mysterious rank low, frost sword art. Mysterious rank low rank, broken star slash. A series of 6 martial skills appeared on the steel, causing the audience to shake again. 6.6 Martial skill cultivation technique. Although, there are 5 martial skills, and 1 is cultivation technique. Hiss. Without exception, all of these are mysterious rank martial skill cultivation technique. A series of 6 sects. Mysterious rank martial skill cultivation technique. Is this the super grade talent? In the past 100 years, no one has ever been able to comprehend 6 mysterious rank martial skill cultivation techniques from the mysterious stone tablet at once. Senior sister Mu Qingshui is so terrifying. Some disciples started to stumble when they spoke. They had watched countless outer sect trials, but this was the first time they had seen such an astonishing scene. However, the shock was not over yet. Mu Qingshui's body burst out with a strong energy, just like Lu Zhen before, the vast spiritual qi surged towards her. Is she going to break through? That's right, senior brother Lu Zhen can break through at any time, why can't senior sister Mu Qingshe? The huge spiritual qi was absorbed by Mu Qingshe. The power in her body expanded at an extremely fast speed. In an instant, a surging aura swept over, and Mu Qingshe stepped into the Qi Si realm. More hazy light descended from the mysterious stone tablet, completely covering her. Soon, a new line of characters slowly appeared on the stele. At this moment, even the elders held their breaths, fearing to disturb Mu Qingshe. They really want to know what level of cultivation technique martial skill Mu Qingshe can comprehend with the help of the mysterious perception when she broke through the big realm. The golden characters slowly surfaced on the mysterious stele, and the audience could hear the needle drop for a while, and everyone held their breath, staring at the characters on the stele. Earth level mid-grade, raging waves, 1,000 heavy waves. The moment these characters appeared, the audience fell silent, and everyone stared blankly at the characters on the stone tablet, without saying a word for a long time. Ground steps, earth level martial skill. It's actually an earth level martial skill. There is an earth level martial skill in this stele. And it's a mid-level earth level skill. This time, it was not the many outer sect disciples who made the noise out of shock, but King Elder. He fixed his eyes on the characters that appeared on the stele, and his breathing became short of breath. After repeated confirmation, he found that he was really right. The characters that emerged on the stele were indeed the mid-level earth level martial skill, Raging Waves. He clearly remembered that the stele didn't contain the level martial skill. Some inner sect elders once enlightened through this stele, but did not gain insight into the martial skill. But now the earth level martial skill has actually appeared. Doesn't this mean that the so-called comprehension is not really insightful? These people's eyesight is still not enough. This is the martial skill hidden in the Emperor's monument. How can they easily discover it? If you want all the cultivation technique and martial skill and insight, you need an amazing talent and great luck. It is estimated that only you have this qualification in the entire Great Chu dynasty. Looking at the shocked expressions on the faces of those elders, that old voice sounded in Mu Qingshui's mind, with extremely disdain in his tone. Mu Qingshe was very satisfied that she was able to successfully obtain this mid-level martial skill. This apprentice still lived up to own expectations. After successfully passing the outer sect trial, Mu Qingshe walked out of the formation with a calm expression. The contrast between her calm and the hustle and bustle of the crowd was stark. She is very clear about own strength, and the master has also analyzed it for herself. The current results are expected, and there is nothing to be excited about, so her mood is not turbulent. Moreover, since she entered the arena, she has been silently reciting the 3000 Qing Palace Ju, and there are fewer and fewer things that can make her mood fluctuate. Breaking through the end, the comprehensive evaluation is excellent. It wasn't until Mu Qingshe walked out of the formation that the monitoring elder, who was in shock, reacted. Next, Su Chen, who had been silently observing all this, let out a breath of foul air when he heard this, and walked towards the formation. Mu Qingshe passed him by, but there was no words between them. Next, Su Chen's home court will officially begin. He had already seen the almost fanatical expressions on the faces of Cao Yun, He Jing and others. They're waiting, they're suppressing the excitement that's about to spew out. Lu Yong, Lu Zhen, and Mu Qingshe are each stronger than the other, and the atmosphere they arouse is also stronger than the other. However, so what? In the eyes of Cao Yun, He Jing and others, they all have one thing in common. Have never stepped into the legendary Forbidden Land. Now, the only person in the entire Taizan sect who has stepped into the Forbidden Realm is finally going to play. Only people like Cao Yun and He Jing who trusted and admired Su Chen sincerely believed that Su Chen had stepped into a taboo. Under the fiery gaze, Su Chen walked towards the formation of the first level unhurriedly. Next, everything will be revealed. Instacle me, hee, I hope you don't become a clown in this outer sect trial. Looking at Su Chen's back, Lu Zhen said to himself. Mu Qingshui's amazing performance made him completely lose his confident smile. Although it was difficult for him to accept this fact, the reality had to make him accept it. Now he only hopes that he can find some psychological comfort from Su Chen. Mu Qingshe, who owns a super middle grade talent and a mid-level middle grade martial skill from Insight, has never stepped into a forbidden realm. This shows how difficult it is to achieve this step. Lu Zhen didn't believe that a little Su Chen could really reach this step. After all, he was extremely impressed with the truly outstanding talent in the outer sect. For example, Lu Yang and Mu Qingxie. Only Su Chen, his impression is extremely vague. He believes that someone from the future Taizan sect outer sect can step into the legendary Forbidden Realm, but it is absolutely impossible to be the current Su Chen. Thinking of the bragging of Su Chen's supporters, they actually said that Su Chen could kill him in seconds. It is impossible that there is no grudge in his heart. Lu Yang looked at Su Chen with a heavy expression. Lu Zhen and Mu Qingxie had already dealt him 2 blows, and he didn't want a third blow. From the beginning to the end, Mu Qingxie was the calmest, without the slightest emotion in her light blue eyes. First, her personality is introverted and quiet. Secondly, what she practiced was the 3000 Qing Palace Ju. This is the mysterious and powerful cultivation technique in Master's mouth. After initiation, the heart is calm, and everything is hard to move. But before initiation, you must always keep your mind calm and not produce any fluctuations. Otherwise, you will fall short and have to start over. Except for the surprise and rippling in her heart when she first saw Su Chen, now that Mu Qingxie sees Su Chen again, she can completely keep her mind at peace. For her, watching Su Chen more is a kind of training, which can make her initiation of the 3000 Palace Ju faster. Not to mention surpassing Mu Qingxie, but just don't have a big gap with her. Looking at Su Chen, who had come to the crystal ball, Xie Elder said secretly in his heart. If anyone was the first to witness Su Chen stepping into the Forbidden Realm, it must be Xie Elder. At that time, he was so shocked that he even trembled when he spoke, and at the same time, he completely made up his mind to invest in Su Chen. It is rare to see a genius who can step into the Forbidden Realm in the Qi-gathering realm, almost none. Even Xie Elder has never seen it, but only learned about it in some ancient books, and knows the power of this genius. But he also witnessed Mu Qingxue's powerful talent and strength. In Xie Elder's opinion, even if Mu Qingxie loses to the evildoer in the Forbidden Realm, there is not much difference. Su Chen's cultivation base is definitely stronger than Mu Qingxie. But in terms of strength and talent, Xie Elder felt that Su Chen might not be able to match Mu Qingxie. After all, it is extremely rare for a cultivator who can cultivate the 6 middle grade yellow ranks to the Qi gathering state of Return to Origin. Moreover, Mu Qingxie is also the first person to comprehend the martial skill of the Earth-level middle-grade martial skill from the mysterious stone tablet since the founding of the Taizan sect. An outer sect disciple of hers has done what those inner sect elders who call themselves the Stone Tablet of Enlightenment have not been able to do. If Su Chen settles down for another month or 2 and concentrates on improving his physical skills and martial skill, Xie Elder believes that he will surpass Mu Qingxie. But now it seems that his idea can only be an idea. Because Su Chen has already played, even if he stops now, it is too late. Li Elder beside Xie Elder was very surprised. The performance of Lu Zhen and Mu Qingxie is obvious to all, witnessing it with their own eyes. But now he still didn't see the panic and the reluctance and distress of losing Shantai Dan on Xie Elder's face. Then Su Chen will not really step into the legendary Forbidden Land. A thought flashed through Li Elder's mind, his heart skipped a beat, and his expression became serious. In fact, when he bet right with Wang Elder and Xie Elder asked to participate, he was a little surprised. When he overheard those outer sect disciples bragging about Su Chen stepping into the Forbidden Realm, Li Elder also seemed to understand the reason why Xie Elder participated in the gambling. But Li Elder's first reaction was ridiculous. He himself does not have a deep impression of Su Chen, but it does not mean that he has no impression at all. 2 months ago, there was a big gap between Su Chen and Lu Yang, and he was just an outer sect disciple of the 7th stage of Qi gathering. Not to mention comparing with Lu Zhen and Mu Qingxie. Both are geniuses, and this gap is difficult to bridge. Even if Su Chen got the chance to break through the Qi gathering 9th stage due to luck, it is still impossible to catch up with geniuses like Lu Yang. So he thinks those outer sect disciples who brag about Su Chen stepping into the taboo are just the kind of people who ignore the facts in order to win or lose with words. Until Lu Zhen played, Xie Elder was still as stable as an old dog. It was only then that Li Elder realized that Su Chen stepping into the taboo realm might not have happened out of thin air. When Mu Qingshe amazed the audience, Xie Elder still didn't have the expression of knowing that he was defeated and having no choice but to continue reading. Li Elder finally understood that most of the things she thought were absurd and impossible were about to become reality. Wang Elder, whose face was dark because of Mu Qingshui's amazing performance far surpassing Lu Zhen, saw Xie Elder, who was still calm, and was about to say something. But at this moment, he was surprised to find that the originally noisy crowd was completely silent at this moment. Immediately afterwards, a bright and dazzling light came into his eyes. It is as if a stone pillar holds up the sun, and the dazzling light shoots in all directions, and the golden light that seems to exist also ripples along with it. If you look at it from a distance, you will find that the peak of the trial peak at this moment is shining brightly, like a bright sun falling on the peak in the dark night. That is what it is. This is the cultivation-based test of the outer sect trial. Who can drive the crystal ball to emit such a bright light? Hiss, such a dazzling light. Could it be that someone has stepped into a forbidden realm? Is it Lu Yang or Lu Zhen? Or Mu Qingshe? The radiant light from the peak of trials illuminates the entire outer sect. Many outer sect disciples who did not go to watch the outer sect trial were attracted by the bright light, and all cast surprised eyes. Go and see. Some outer sect disciples hesitated for a while, and then rushed towards the trial peak. After entering the Taizan sect for so many years, it was the first time they saw such an astonishing light. At this moment, the trial peak is still dead silent, and everyone seems to have lost their vocal cords and breath collectively. The dazzling light even made some outer sect disciples with insufficient cultivation base unable to open their eyes, so they could only stretch out their hands to block their eyes and watch through their fingers. The dazzling light didn't last long. When Su Chen's hand was removed from the crystal ball, the light quickly faded like a tide. Su Chen stood quietly in front of the crystal ball, with a calm expression on his face. However, there was still a few seconds of silence in the audience before a violent uproar broke out. Forbidden, taboo, of, realm. I don't know how long it took before the shocking voice broke the silence. The forbidden realm. This is the forbidden realm. This is the real forbidden realm. This. How is it possible? How could someone really step into the legendary forbidden realm? I always thought that the forbidden realm was just a legend, but I didn't expect to see it for real today. It's not Lu Yang. It's not Lu Zhen. It's not Mu Qingshe. It's Su Chen. It turns out that the brothers and sisters didn't brag. It turns out that brother Su Chen has really stepped into the legendary forbidden realm. The legendary realm actually appeared. Senior brother Su Chen really stepped into the legendary forbidden realm just like what those senior brothers and sisters said. When the silence was broken, there was a chain reaction in the audience, and waves of shock followed. How is it possible? How could it be a real forbidden realm? Impossible. It's impossible. Lu Zhen looked at the scene in front of him in disbelief, his expression full of horror. He couldn't believe it, and he didn't want to believe the scene he saw in front of him. The idea of trying to find a little psychological comfort was also completely in vain. Those supporters of Su Chen are not bragging. He really stepped into the realm of taboo. At this moment, Lu Zhen felt that On's chest was blocked by something, which was extremely uncomfortable. Lu Yang, who has been keeping his arms crossed and kept silent, opened his mouth subconsciously at this moment, wanting to say something, but he didn't make a sound for a long time. The third strike, and it was a stronger blow than Lu Zhen and Mu Qingshe gave him. Forbidden realm. This is a realm that his talent will never be able to step into in this lifetime. Not far away, Mu Qingshui's delicate body was also shocked, and her original state of stillness was broken once again. Her master told her many times how difficult it is to reach the forbidden realm. Even if it is her, there is no way to step into the forbidden realm before her own physique fails to awaken. But now, for the first time in reality, she saw Tianzhao who had really stepped into the forbidden realm. Not in the ancient books, not in the mouth of the master, but in front of your eyes. The originally peaceful state of mind was turbulent, and Mu Qingshe thought that the master would speak out to blame herself. However, the familiar voice in his head did not blame him, but endless emotion. As a teacher, I actually misjudged my eyes, ignoring such a genius. But it doesn't matter. If your physique is fully awakened, the Forbidden Realm will not be difficult for you at all. This world is vast and boundless, and there are countless geniuses from all walks of life like Crucian Carp crossing the river. He can step into the Forbidden Realm in the Chi-gathering realm, and he really deserves the word genius. But it's hard to say whether you can step into the Taboo realm in the Chi-Si realm or even the Altar realm. Your future achievements may not lose to him. No, to be precise, it must be higher than him. With your physique and the existence of the 3000 Qing Palace art, you will definitely be the existence he looks up to in the future, so there is no need to have emotional fluctuations about this matter. Apparently, the scene of Su Chen stepping into the Taboo land caught Mu Qingshui's master by surprise. When Mu Qingshui's mood was already in turmoil, her reminder could hardly be heard. Yes, master. Hearing this, Mu Qingshui let out a long breath of relief, and responded softly from the bottom of her heart. This is the last time. My mood can no longer stir up waves. Mu Qingshui said secretly in her heart. Su Chen made her mood fluctuate one after another. If master hadn't reminded her, I'm afraid she would have failed long ago. Seeing that the 3000 Palace Jew is about to be initiated, it must not be ruined at once. Thank you. Far away, Li Elder and Wang Elder turned their heads at the same time, staring fixedly at Xie Elder. With that look, I wish I could eat Xie Elder in one bite right now. Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't say that he stepped into a forbidden realm, but I also didn't say that he wasn't. Xie Elder said with an innocent expression on his face. Because Su Chen has known for a long time that he has stepped into a taboo, he is the most calm among these elders, without any shock. Seeing Xie Elder's innocent face, Wang Elder's mouth twitched fiercely. Thinking about it carefully, it seems to be the case. Xie Elder did not admit that Su Chen had stepped into a forbidden realm, nor did he deny that he had stepped into a forbidden realm. It's just that they themselves heard the bragging of some outer sect disciples, coupled with the impression that Su Chen was still in the Chi-gathering 7th stage 2 months ago, thus forming a wrong judgment. He thought it was impossible for him to break through the Chi-gathering 9th stage in such a short period of time and at the same time step into the legendary Forbidden Realm. You old bastard. Well, Wang Elder's face turned red, and he held back for a long time, ready to swear. But when he thought about it carefully, there were so many outer sect disciples watching, which damaged his own image, so he had no choice but to hold back abruptly. Li Elder also took a deep look at Xie Elder. Although he was mentally prepared, when things really happened, he was still a little unbelievable, and the agitation in his heart could not be calmed down for a long time. In 2 months, he jumped from Chi-gathering 7th stage to breakthrough Chi-gathering 9th stage, and at the same time stepped into the legendary Forbidden Realm. This kind of thing is outrageous. But it happened before our own eyes. Actually, what Li Elder didn't know was that Su Chen didn't spend 2 months to accomplish this step, but completed it in just 1 day. If Li Elder knew the truth, I'm afraid his shock would reach an unprecedented peak. Not only him, but I am afraid that the entire Taizan sect will be shocked by it. Unlike the shock of the Elder and numerous outer sect disciples. There was such a group of people, their expressions were excited, and their eyes were full of fanaticism when they looked at Su Chen. That is the look that almost only appears when facing faith. These people are Su Chen's staunchest supporters. They are either full of affection and trust for Su Chen, or they are full of admiration, or they have secret feelings for Su Chen, or a combination of multiple emotions. They firmly believed in their hearts that Su Chen had stepped into the legendary taboo, and they fought hard with reason when facing doubters. However, the supporters of Lu Yang, Lu Zhen, Mu Qingshui and others continued to question, even sarcasm, which would inevitably make them angry. They also hope that Su Chen can enter the 1st stage soon to show his true strength and stop doubters with facts. Now, their wish has finally come true. Su Chen shocked the audience with the cultivation base of the Forbidden Realm, and there was no voice of doubt in the audience. The excitement of Cao Yun, He Jing and others almost reached its peak. The depression and anger caused by other people's doubts also disappeared at this moment. Looking around, you can still see the shock left on everyone's faces. He Jing looked at Su Chen's figure in the field, her heart was pounding, and the blood flow in her body accelerated. Cao Yun's eyes were extremely suspicious. When everyone is full of doubts or even cynicism about your words, you feel aggrieved but helpless. However, the next moment's opponent was slapped in the face. And the person who slapped you in the face is still the person you admire the most. Is there anything more satisfying than this? Cao Yun didn't know, but at this moment he felt that this was the happiest moment. He felt that Owen was in a good mood, and the pores all over his body were relaxing. He always firmly believes that Su Chen has stepped into a forbidden realm. Facts have proved that his firm belief is not wrong. Except for Cao Yun, He Jing and some other people whom Su Chen taught, their affection and trust towards Su Chen reached the peak. There are also some who don't have a particularly high degree of favorability and trust in him, at least they won't praise him fanatically. These people didn't really believe in Su Chen stepping into the taboo area before, and they have always maintained a skeptical attitude in their hearts. But at this moment, the doubts in my heart have completely dissipated. First round, qualified. The shock caused by Su Chen lasted for a long time, and the voice of monitoring the elder came late. As the elder's voice fell, Su Chen slowly walked towards the second formation. This level is an actual combat level, and soon everyone will know how powerful the cultivator who has stepped into the forbidden realm in the Qi gathering realm is. If I remember correctly, the agility practiced by senior brother Su Chen should also be the upper rank Huang rank Phantom Moonlight. An outer sect disciple who had been instructed by Su Chen twice suddenly asked. There was still excitement on his face. That's right, it's under the Phantom Moon. A little junior next to him nodded and said. Then what realm do you think brother Su Chen's Phantom Moon has reached? Great completion or return to origin? Return to origin. It must be return to origin. The other junior brother shouted with determination. He had just joined the Taizan sect not long ago, so he didn't know what it meant for a Qi gathering realm cultivator to cultivate a top-grade yellow rank Phantom Moonlight to return to origin. But because of blind worship, he thinks that a monster like Su Chen should cultivate under the Phantom Moon to return to origin. Open black lens bracket under the Phantom Moon return to origin, 1/150th close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket under the Phantom Moon return to origin, 1/150th close black lens bracket. Before officially stepping into the formation of the second level, the virtual panel jumped out of Su Chen's eyes. Brother Su Chen has definitely cultivated under the Phantom Moon to return to origin. Hearing what this little junior brother said, Cao Yun nodded seriously, and then began to analyze. Most of the cultivators in the Qi gathering realm cultivate middle-lower yellow rank martial skills. If you can cultivate the lower middle rank martial skills in the Qi gathering realm to a small success, you can be called a little genius. As for the top talents, such as senior sister Mu Qingxie, what they practice is the top rank martial skill of the Huang rank. Generally, they can cultivate it to great completion, which is only one step away from return to origin. But above the top Tianzhao, there is an evildoer, that is, the invincible cultivator in the same realm. There is no doubt that senior brother Su Chen is such a monster that surpasses the top talent. Since senior brother Su Chen was able to step into the forbidden realm and break through the bottleneck that blocked countless Qi gathering realm cultivators, how could he not have broken through the bottleneck between great completion and return to origin under the Phantom Moon? As soon as Cao Yun's words came out, many juniors immediately nodded secretly, agreeing with his words very much. That's right. Even the bottleneck leading to the forbidden realm can't stop senior brother Su Chen. How can the bottleneck of the mere top-grade martial skill of Huang rank be able to stop senior brother Su Chen? He Jing said with a full face of approval. Although she was talking, her eyes full of admiration stayed on Su Chen's body, never moving away. She doesn't want to miss every detail of Su Chen's outer sect trial. That's right. The forbidden realm is nothing to senior brother Su Chen, let alone the return to origin level Phantom Moonlight. Senior brother Su Chen's Phantom Under the Moon must have reached return to origin. Even Nilusion and Mu Qingxie can cultivate under the Phantom Moon to great completion. Brother Su Chen's talent is the existence that crushes them. It must have been returned to origin. Quote. The younger brothers and younger sisters who adore Su Chen are also bragging about it. The scene where Su Chen stepped into the taboo land shocked the audience and gave them a lot of confidence. They believe that Su Chen in the second level will also amaze the audience again. Hee, what a bunch of practice idiots who don't understand anything. Do you think the return to origin level upper grade agility is the weeds and flowers that can be seen everywhere on the roadside? A person's energy is limited, even some top talents are the same. Stepping into the Forbidden Realm will undoubtedly consume most of the time and energy. How can Su Chen still have extra energy and time to upgrade the martial skill to return to origin? Geniuses like Mu Qingshe have not been able to cultivate the Phantom Moonlight, a high-rank Huang rank, to return to origin. I don't believe that Su Chen has the time and energy. These brothers and sisters don't know how to practice at all. Some people had sarcasm on their faces, and kept sneering in their hearts. Su Chen stepping into a forbidden place really shocked them. But they still don't believe that Su Chen can cultivate a top-ranked yellow martial skill to return to origin while stepping into the Forbidden Realm. This kind of thing is too unbelievable. You must know that Mu Qingshe, who is only one step away from the Forbidden Realm, has not yet cultivated the top-rank Huang rank martial skill to return to origin. As far as they knew, Su Chen's cultivation time was even shorter than Mu Qingshui's. They don't believe that someone is really so evil. If Su Chen's Phantom Moon is really returned to origin, it would be too unimaginable and shocking for them. However, they did not express the ridicule in their hearts. Now most of the field is Su Chen's supporters, and they are all in a state of excitement. If they said what they wanted in their hearts at this moment, they might be mobilized and attacked and become the target of public criticism. Open black lens bracket under the Phantom Moon return to origin, 49 150ths close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket under the Phantom Moon return to origin, 50 150ths close black lens bracket. The phantom characters in front of Su Chen's eyes jumped wildly. In just a few breaths, the number has already jumped to 3 digits. Open black lens bracket under the Phantom Moon return to origin, 122 150ths close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket under the Phantom Moon return to origin, 123 150ths close black lens bracket. The moment Su Chen's feet stepped into the second formation, the progress bar of return to origin was finally full. Under the Phantom Moon, 150 150ths. A mysterious energy spread throughout Su Chen's body. At the same time, there are many more experiences and insights about body skills in his mind. These perceptions seem to be the perceptions after his personal experience, and belong to a part of his soul. It feels like I have reached an extremely exaggerated level of control over every strength and every muscle in my body. Su Chen felt the experience in his mind and said secretly in his heart. Return to origin is to practice martial skill thoroughly. If we say that Great Completion's Phantom Moon is extremely flexible, it can see every stitch, and it can deal with various attacks with ease. Then the return to origin level Phantom under the Moon is to eliminate all redundant movements, and every dodge will be just right, neither more nor less. The return to origin level Phantom Moonlight's control of power is very delicate, and it will not waste a single bit. Call out, call out, call out. 30 puppets that had been repaired by the formation jumped on Su Chen the moment he entered the formation. 30 attacks came from all directions, blocking all of Su Chen's escape routes. Su Chen stood quietly on the spot without any extra movements, stuck in place like a sculpture. What is he doing here? Why doesn't he hide? It's over, it's over. When all the puppets get closer, they won't be able to hide even if they want to. Brother Su Chen didn't take the initiative to increase the difficulty for himself. Is this the confidence of the Forbidden Realm? Many outer sect disciples were very puzzled when they saw this scene. If they didn't know that Su Chen had stepped into a taboo situation, they might think that Su Chen was terrified by the sudden attack. However, only Lu Yang, Lu Zhen, Mu Qingshe and other Tianzhao realized the problem. Could it be? A certain possibility appeared in Mu Qingshui's mind. But this time, before her mood became turbulent, she hurriedly threw away the thought that shocked her, and silently recited the 3000 Qing Palace Ju in her heart. Not far away, Lu Zhen's pupils shrank suddenly, and he looked at Su Chen with horror in his eyes. He couldn't believe it, and he didn't want to believe the thought in his mind. If Su Chen is really what he thinks in his mind, then he must have the ability to instantly kill himself. Lu Yang, who was like a hill, also shrank his pupils, looking at Su Chen on the stage. His eyes were full of horror. This is Xie Elder, Wang Elder, Li Elder, and the 2 monitoring elders also shrank their pupils. They already guessed what was going on, and they couldn't help being shocked. When the 30 attacks were launched in unison, just as they were about to land on Su Chen, he finally moved. But his movements are very subtle, with his feet lightly stepping on. The distance he moves is almost completely negligible, no different from standing still. One attack after another, either sticking to his arm, or sticking to his cheek, or sticking to his hair, all fell to nothing. Seeing that he might be hurt at any time, but he just couldn't touch him. Even the sharp spirit power, which was enough to cut fine steel from the attacks of the 30 puppets, was perfectly dodged by Su Chen in the same way. No matter how hard the 30 puppets tried to attack Su Chen, they still couldn't hurt a single hair of him. This is a return to origin level phantom, under the moon. After a long silence, Lu Yang, who was like a hill, finally spoke. But I couldn't speak a word even after stammering for a long time. He is practicing the mid-level yellow rank martial skill glimpse, which has reached great completion, and he knows how difficult it is to raise a level in martial skill. In order to cultivate Ying, a mid-level Huang rank, to great completion, he has put in a lot of effort, but he still can't pass the hurdle of the return to origin level. However, Su Chen cultivated the upper grade Huang rank Phantom Moon to return to origin. The gap between martial skills great completion and return to origin is huge, even stronger than the gap between martial skill initiation and martial skill great completion. Is this the evildoer above the top Tianzhao? Lu Yang looked at Su Chen in the field and muttered in a low voice, then fell into silence again. It has always been the gap between others and him. It was the first time that he realized the huge gap between him and the evildoer. This gap is simply disappointing. Even Lu Zhen didn't make him completely despair. Even Mu Qingshui's talent and strength can ignite his fighting spirit to catch up. But now the powerful talent shown by Su Chen made him completely lose the idea of catching up. He knew that with his aptitude, he would never be able to catch up with such a terrifying evildoer. He can get stronger, but Su Chen's speed of becoming stronger will only be faster and faster than him. The gap between the two is a gap that can never be bridged. Return to origin class Phantom Moon. How is it possible? How could he step into the Forbidden Realm and at the same time practice under the Phantom Moon to return to origin? Lu Zhen's eyes were dull, and he looked at Su Chen in the field with disbelief. Facing the siege of 30 puppets, Su Chen only made slight movements to avoid all attacks. Both he and Su Chen practiced the Phantom Moonlight, a high-rank Huang rank. But he just got to great completion. He knows the difficulty of cultivating under the Phantom Moon to return to origin. It is very difficult for him to touch Su Chen's clothes under the Phantom Moon of return to origin alone. Coupled with the strong cultivation base of Su Chen's Forbidden Realm, Lu Zhen suddenly believed what Su Chen's supporters had previously boasted. In other words, that's not bragging at all, but a statement of fact. Su Chen like this is indeed capable of killing him instantly. With Su Chen's body skills and cultivation base, it is very possible to kill him completely in seconds before he reacts. Lu Zhen was as silent as death. Why did he ignore that there is such a genius in Taizan sect? With a long sigh in his heart, he felt powerless like never before. Mu Qingshui was quite calm on the surface, but it was only by force. Her master's origin is extremely mysterious, and he once told her a lot about Tianzhao. According to her standards, Mu Qingshui can be regarded as a genuine genius. But in front of Su Chen is still a big gap. At least until her physique is not fully awakened, she is not as good as Su Chen. It's really surprising. I never thought that one day I would be blind. I underestimated his talent. That old voice sounded in his mind, which made Mu Qingshui a little surprised. She knew that Master Own had a high vision. This was the first time she heard Master speak in such a tone. When Cao Yun and some junior brothers boasted that Su Chen's Phantom Moon had reached return to origin, some people still ridiculed them as practice idiots. But at this moment, these people have long been shocked speechless. It turns out that the idiots are not those supporters who brag about Su Chen, but themselves. It's because they have narrow vision and don't understand the horror of evildoers. Now they just feel very lucky. Fortunately, I didn't express the ridicule in my heart, otherwise, I'm afraid they would be ashamed now. Sure enough, it's return to origin's Phantom Moonlight. Wang Elder carefully observed Su Chen's movements, and said with a serious expression. But then, he sighed again and said, "It turned out that I was wrong, I shouldn't have questioned. It's my inaccurate vision, it's the self-imprisonment of my imagination and thinking. With the strong cultivation base of the Forbidden Realm, coupled with the return to origin level Phantom Moonlight, he really has the strength to kill Lu Jian in seconds. Wang Elder looked at Su Chen in the field and said with emotion. He was very disappointed with the bragging of those outer sect disciples before, and felt that they would only boast indiscriminately, without knowing the heights of the heavens and the earth. Now it seems that he was wrong. It turned out that what they said were all facts, it was his own lack of imagination and self-imprisonment of thinking. Xie Elder on the side was also full of confusion. He knew that Su Chen had stepped into a forbidden realm, but he didn't expect that Su Chen would actually cultivate the top-grade yellow rank martial skill under the Phantom Moon to return to origin. How many surprises does this kid have yet to reveal? Xie Elder whispered softly in his heart. Su Chen brought him too many surprises. From the Forbidden Realm 3 days ago to the return to origin level Phantom Moonbellow. He had an intuition that what Su Chen showed at this moment might just be the tip of his iceberg. This kid must have a backhand that hasn't been revealed yet. Li Elder remained silent on the spot. He knew that the probability that he could win this bet was very small, and that precious altar pill would probably be lost. The strength shown by Su Chen at this moment has far surpassed that of Mu Qingxie. Such an evildoer, the talent is definitely not too bad, even though Mu Qingxie has comprehended the cultivation technique of the lower level like never before. But who would dare to say that Su Chen couldn't do it? A Tianzhao who can step into the taboo realm in the Qi gathering realm, and at the same time cultivate a top-ranked martial skill to return to origin. Such an evildoer, will talent be bad? Certainly not bad. Even stronger than Mu Qingxie. After all, Mu Qingxie didn't step into a forbidden realm, nor did she cultivate a top-ranked yellow rank martial skill to return to origin. Every movement of Su Chen was very subtle, and even gave people the illusion that he was standing still, but the puppet couldn't hit him no matter what. No one in the audience dared to question Su Chen's strength and talent. At the same time, no one dared to ridicule those juniors who boast about Su Chen. They think that these younger brothers and sisters have little knowledge, know nothing about the heights of the sky and the depths of the earth, and there is no limit to bragging. But in reality, it's because their knowledge is limited and their thinking is fixed, it's hard to imagine the horror of Su Chen, that's all. However, the shock that Su Chen brought to everyone did not end. The next scene directly plunged the audience into a dead silence, and a needle could be heard. Call out, call out, call out. In the arena, a long sword appeared in Su Chen's hand at some point. The long sword exuding bursts of chill engulfed spirit power and drew a stream of light in the air. Broken Star Slash. Along with Su Chen's light shout, 30 puppets fell to the ground. Su Chen was as light as a swallow, jumped over the fallen puppets, and landed gently in front of them. He looked calm, without any waves on his face, and stood there indifferently. However, the audience was silent for several seconds. Zan. Rank. Lower. Grade. Broken. Star. Slash. A long time. An inner disciple looked at Su Chen in the field and spoke word by word, breaking the silence completely. Broken Star Slash. This is definitely a Broken Star Slash. How is it possible? Su Chen is just an outer sect disciple, how could he display the mysterious rank martial skill? It's impossible, how could he have so much time and energy to practice the mysterious rank martial skill? Quote. When the silence was broken, there was a chain reaction in the audience, and waves of shock followed. Thank you. Li Elder and Wang Elder both turned their heads and stared at Xie Elder. Even the two monitoring elders couldn't help but look sideways, looking at Xie Elder with solemn expressions. Don't look at me, I don't know when this kid practiced Broken Star Slash. Xie Elder on the side had a dazed face and spread his hands innocently. He really didn't know when Su Chen practiced Broken Star Slash, and cultivated this mysterious rank low-grade martial skill to return to origin. He hasn't even come to his senses until now. Wang Elder looked at Xie Elder suspiciously, and saw that he was bewildered, so he withdrew his gaze and looked at Su Chen in the field, his expression gradually became serious. Return to origin level Broken Star Slash. Wang Elder said word by word. He knew that he had completely lost. Whether it is the performance of the first level or the second level, Su Chen and Mu Qingxie are far better than Lu Jian. No need to think about the third level, Su Chen is bound to be crushed again. Can cultivate the broken star slash of the lower rank of mysterious rank and the phantom moon of the upper rank of the yellow rank to return to origin. Such an evildoer is definitely a top-notch talent. Well, I lost. I am convinced that I lost. Wang Elder sighed helplessly, and spoke slowly. With Su Chen's current strength, even if there are 10 Lu Gens, he can kill them all with one sword. Li Elder took a deep look at Su Chen in the field. Su Chen brought them too many surprises today. Even though he was mentally prepared, every time Su Chen gave them surprises were beyond his imagination. 2 months. From the 7th stage of Qi gathering to the Forbidden Realm, and cultivate Phantom Moon and Broken Star to return to origin. He had never heard of such a thing. This son is definitely a man of great luck. Li Elder said secretly in his heart. Only those with great luck can accomplish such a feat in 2 months. This is really a surprise. At this moment, Xie Elder finally came back to his senses, and murmured in a low voice. Maybe I was wrong too, he is really a man of great luck. Xie Elder looked at Su Chen on the stage and said. As soon as these words came out, both Li Elder and Wang Elder nodded in agreement. Except for those with great luck, they really can't imagine what else can allow a person to complete such a feat in just 2 months. Not far away, a flash of shock flashed in Mu Qingshui's light blue eyes, but she quickly suppressed it. If she hadn't been silently reciting the 3000 Qing Palace Ju all the time, she might have completely broken her skills at this moment. Well, I never thought that one day, as a teacher, I would miss 3 times. At this moment, the familiar voice in her mind sounded again, with endless emotion in her tone. His aptitude is really terrifying. Not only can he step into the Forbidden Realm in the Qi Gathering Realm, but he can also cultivate Broken Star slash to return to origin. He is worthy of the word monstrous. The teacher said before that your achievements will be higher than his, and even become the existence he looks up to, but now it seems that his future achievements will definitely not be weaker than yours. It seems that you need to awaken your physique as soon as possible. Initiation 3000 Palace Ju. Apparently, Su Chen's return to origin level Broken Star slash took Mu Qingshui's master by surprise. No, she didn't expect it at all. I never expected to meet such a monster in this place. Even compared to her precious apprentice, Mu Qingshui's talent is not far behind. Mu Qingshui was a little surprised when she heard this. Master On said it 3 times in a row, but she was mistaken. This was the first time she saw her. In the past, Master's evaluation of a person was almost the epitome of that person's whole life, and the second result would basically not occur. But I didn't expect it to fail on Su Chen's body. Thinking of this, Mu Qingshui's beautiful pale blue eyes swept across Su Chen's body, and finally took a deep breath, and responded. Yes, Master, after the outer sect trial is over, this disciple must start closed-door training. Return to origin level Broken Star slash. How could he be able to break the star and cultivate it to return to origin? Lu Zhen looked at Su Chen in disbelief. Among the martial skills he comprehended from the mysterious stone tablet was Star Breaker. He knows the difficulty of cultivating Shattered Star Slash, and with his talent, it is impossible to practice it to great completion without a year or 2. And Su Chen, in a Qi gathering state, actually cultivated Broken Star Slash to return to origin. Return to origin level Phantom Moonlight, return to origin level Starbreaker, Forbidden Realm's strong cultivation base. Lu Zhen suddenly felt a little desperate, and recalled the words of Su Chen's supporters in his mind again. I'm afraid, at this moment, Su Chen's combat power can kill 10 of him instantly. How did he cultivate? Freak. This is definitely a freak. Lu Zhen roared wildly in his heart, but on the surface he was as silent as death. Evildoer. No, he is a freak more terrifying than a monster. Lu Yang, who was like a hill, looked at Su Chen in the field and murmured in a low voice. Immediately afterwards, his head drooped deeply. At this moment, he was extremely desperate. He knew that even Mu Qingshui and Lu Zhen would not be able to catch up with a perverted freak like Su Chen forever. In the future, Su Chen will surely become famous in Eastern Wasteland. And they may only be an elder like Wang Elder in the Taizan sect. Different from the shock of others. The excited emotions of Cao Yun, He Jing and others rose to another level. At this moment, their hearts are very comfortable. Didn't they wait for such a long time for the scene in front of them? He always firmly believes that Su Chen has the ability to kill Lu Jian instantly. Now Su Chen's strength is more than enough to kill one Lu Jian in seconds, even 10 Lu Jians are more than enough. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.